Alright. I hope you guys are sleeping. Quiet trepidation settled over the Howard barn in the week before the Santa Anita Handicap. Late in the week, a long, soaking shower doused the racing oval. When the rain stopped, asphalt baking machines droned over the course, licking flames over the surface to dry the soil. Rosemont emerged from the barn 3 days before the race and scorched the track in his final workout. Reporters waited for Smith to give his horse a similar workout, but they never saw Seabiscuit doing anything more than stretching his legs. Rumors swirled around the track that Seabiscuit was lame. Rosemont stock rose. Seabiscuit's dropped. Smith had fooled them. At 3 o'clock one morning, shortly before the race, he led Seabiscuit out to the track and gave him one last workout in peace and isolation. The horse ran beautifully. On February 27, 1937, Charles and Marcella Howard arrived at Santa Anita to watch their pride and joy go for the 100 Grander. They were giddy with anticipation. If Seabiscuit loses, mused a friend, Mrs. Howard is going to be so heartbroken that we'll have to carry her out. If he wins, Charlie will be so excited that I'll have to carry him in. Howard couldn't keep still. He trotted up to the press box and made the wildly popular announcement that if his horse won, he'd set up a barrel of champagne for the reporters. He went down to the betting area and seeing that the line was too long to wait, he grabbed a bettor and jammed 5 $1,000 bills in his hand. Put it all on Seabiscuit's nose, please, he told the bewildered wagerer before trotting off again. At a little past 4 p.m., Pollard and Seabiscuit parted from Smith at the paddock gate and walked out onto the track for the Santa Anita Handicap. A record crowd of 60,000 fans had come to see 18 horses try for the richest purse in the world. Millions more listened on radio. As Pollard felt Seabiscuit's hooves sink into the rusted soil, he had reason to worry. The baking machines had not completely dried the surface. Rain and dirt had blended into a heavy goo along the rail, breaking from the 3 posts. Seabiscuit would be right down in it. Far behind him in the post parade, jockey Harry Richards was contemplating a different set of obstacles for Rosemont. He had drawn the 17th post position. He was going to have the luxury of a hard, fast track, but his problem would be traffic. As a late runner, Rosemont would have to pick his way through the cluttered field. The 2 jockeys virtually bookended the field as they moved to the post. Pollard feared nothing but Richards and Rosemont. Richards feared nothing but Pollard and Seabiscuit. The 2 horses stood motionless while the field was loaded around them. At the sound of the bell, Seabiscuit bounded forward. To his outside, a crowd of horses rushed inward to gain optimal position. The field doubled over on itself, and the hinge was Seabiscuit, who was pinched back to ninth. In a cloud of horses, Pollard spotted daylight 5 feet or so off the rail. He banked Seabiscuit out into it, holding him out of the deep part of the track. He slipped up to 4th position, just off a front-running special agent. On the first turn, Seabiscuit was crowded back down to the rail. As the field straightened into the backstretch, Pollard found another avenue and eased him outward again to firmer ground. Ahead, Special Agent was setting a suicidal pace, but Pollard sensed how fast it was and was not going to be lured into it. He sat back and waited. Behind him, Rosemont was tugging along toward the back of the field, waiting for the speed horses to crumble. With a half-mile to go, Pollard positioned Seabiscuit in the clear and ready for his move. Behind him, Richard sensed that the moment had come to shoot for Seabiscuit. He began threading Rosemont through the field, cutting in and out, picking off horses one by one, talking in his horse's ears. Clumps of dirt cracked into his face. His luck was holding. Every hole toward which he guided his horse held open just long enough for him to gallop through.